welcome to Dr. Anima Upadhyay's Chemistry Lab videos. In today's video, we will learn the estimation of ferrous ammonium sulfate potentiometrically using standard potassium dichromate solution. Potentiometry is based on Nernst equation, where E is equal to E naught plus 0.0591 by N log oxidized species by reduced species, and N is the number of electrons transferred during the reaction. When we are doing potentiometry, we need two electrodes. One is the reference electrode and one is the indicator electrode. In this case, we are using calomel electrode as the reference electrode and platinum as the indicator electrode. When we will add potassium dichromate to the test solution in the acidic medium, the potential will increase. Initially it will increase slowly, then there will be a jump, and then it will increase again slowly. So there will be only increase in the potential, because before the equivalence point it is due to the ferric-ferrous couple, which is around 0.75 volts. Near the equivalence point it is because of the ferrous dichromate couple, which is around 1.04 volts, and beyond the equivalence point it is due to the dichromate chromate couple, which is around 1.33 volts. So there will be an increase in the potential, no decrease in the potential. Let us learn the experiment now. Before starting the experiment, we will be ready with the observation table with the captions as shown in the table. Volume of potassium dichromate added in ml, that is V. Potential will record from the instrument, that is capital E. Delta E, delta V, delta E by delta V we will calculate from the table, observation table, that is after recording the observations. Second thing is, we will collect the test solution and acidify it with 2 test tube of dilute sulfuric acid. So I have taken the solution here in the glass beaker, to which I have added 2 test tubes of dilute sulfuric acid with the help of this test tube. Filled the burette with 0.5 normal potassium dichromate solution. Second step is to switch on the apparatus. Then wash the electrodes which are immersed in the plastic beaker with the distilled water, which otherwise when not in use are always kept immersed in the plastic beaker containing water. So we should always wash the electrodes before using it. So now you can see the setup, that I have placed the solution ferrous ammonium sulfate mixed with 2 test tube of dilute sulfuric acid. After washing the electrodes and immerse both the electrodes, this is the platinum electrode, this is the calomel electrode, and this is the stirrer, and fill the burette with the potassium dichromate solution. Post reading will be recorded without the addition of anything, that will be the initial reading, and it is showing 302. So record this potential 302, after which add 0.5 ml potassium dichromate from the burette, stir the solution. So you have seen already that in the beginning the solution was colorless. After stirring the solution, record the reading. It is showing 355. Again add 0.5 ml potassium dichromate from the burette, stir the solution and take the reading again and record it in the observation table. So you can see first reading was 303, then it was 3 something, and now it is showing 375. So reading is continuously increasing. Just see one more reading when we are adding 0.5 ml. Again from 374 it has gone up to 398. So it will keep on increasing till we get a jump. But we will not stop at jump. We will continue beyond the jump also till we have added 10 ml of potassium dichromate from the burette. And now you can see that from 398 it has come to 418, and the color has also changed from colorless to green color. This shows that the ferrous has been oxidized to ferric. We will keep on adding the solution in 0.5 ml increments and record the reading. So now you can see there is a big jump in the potential. Just wait for 30 seconds and again add another 0.5 ml and record the reading. Now there will be a slow increase in the potential. So this is how we will keep on adding the potassium dichromate up to 10 ml and then we will go for calculations. To do the calculations, we will first calculate delta E by subtracting the upper value from the lower value, that is 294 from 315, 315 from 332, 332 from 344 and so on, and record all the difference in potential in the delta E column. Similarly, delta V will be calculated by subtracting the upper value from the lower value, and because we are adding a 0.5 ml increment always, so it will be 0.5. We can calculate delta E by delta V by dividing delta E values from delta V values. So this is how we have recorded the observations from the instrument and calculated delta E, delta V and delta E by delta V values. And here we can see that at 6 ml we are getting a peak. Maximum value of delta E by delta V we have got. Now we will plot the graph, and from the graph we will get to know about the equivalence point, which we will substitute in the formula to calculate the amount of ferrous ammonium sulfate given to us. So we are plotting a differential curve where volume of potassium dichromate is taken on the x-axis, delta E by delta V is taken on the y-axis. Plotting all the values in the graph, we are getting a peak at 262. This point we will join with the x-axis and we are getting at 6 ml the equivalence point has been reached. So this we will substitute in the formula. The normality of FAS can be calculated using the formula. Normality of potassium dichromate, which is given to us 0.5 normal. Volume of potassium dichromate, which has been obtained from the graph, that is 6 ml, divided by the volume of ferrous ammonium sulfate given to us as test solution, which was 25 ml. We can calculate the normality of FAS by substituting these values in the formula. 0.5 into 6 divided by 25, which is equal to 0.12 normal. When we multiply this normality with the equivalent weight of ferrous ammonium sulfate, which is 392.14, we can get the grams per liter of ferrous ammonium sulfate in the given test solution, which is equal to 47.05 grams per liter in this case. So from this experiment, the conclusions which we will draw are that the titration which we performed was a redox titration. The color in the end became green, which showed that dichromate has been reduced to chromate, that is, chromium in the dichromate is in the +6 state, but in the chromate it is in the +3 state. So I think that you have learned this experiment with the procedure, complete procedure, with the explanation thorough. Keep watching my videos, subscribe my YouTube channel and share the video among your friends. Keep learning, keep watching. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.